Well, it's not tough for 19-year-old Malika Firth, who is now the first black model actually to ever be used on in Prada's new campaign. She's not the first, but it's the first in two decades.
Naomi Campbell was
the
previously,
first.
right?
Previously, yeah.
The first and the last.
And the last, yeah.
Up until now, this is a new campaign that they're going for. They're deciding to go with, and this is very odd for them because this is what they had to say about why they haven't. They said the reason we have not used, the agency has used fewer black models on their books more than whites, is claiming that is because white models are more popular with fashion clients. But there has been a change as of recently. A lot of the higher up designers are starting to go more towards Asian, Latina, and Ethiopian cultures is where they're kind of drafting.
Listen, I think fashion, like anything else, they can say what they want, but the world is changing, and they're going to be forced to change, and this is just the beginning. So we will see, I'm sure, a ton more African-American women and men in fashion shows because this is what the future holds. And this chick is this young lady is beautiful, first of all, and there is a lot of comparison to her. Yeah, I give you that, but there is a lot of comparison to her to Naomi Campbell because of her English background. I think she's part Kenya and her mom or dad is from London. You know, I mean, it goes back to our buzz meter question: should mixed race be considered black? Look at this girl; you don't even know what she is. You know, this is
She looks white to me.
I was just gonna say.
She looks white to me.
In that picture.
In this picture, possibly.
Some of the pictures I was going through, it was hard for me to like pick which one I was going to use because I didn't know if she was her or the white girl.
It's sort of this old trend that even in Hollywood with actresses, if you look at postings and things or castings for roles, they're really into this ethnically ambiguous thing.
Yeah.
So there's a debate obviously to be had about whether we're actually embracing color or we're attempting to
kind of mask it
and wash out and say that we're embracing color because we have something that's not white, but it's not really a significant move towards like what a black woman, so to speak, actually looks like. Because the things that we embrace in terms of beauty and things like that, like it's still lighter skin, it's still a narrower nose, it's still narrower lips, which are not necessarily features of the, you know, what we would embrace as beauty in black women. Yeah. So I don't know that it's that big of a step, and I don't know that it's really going to change very much, and I think that in the end we're just going to be trying to wash it all out and never actually address those separate issues of black versus white or whatever and actually embrace blackness. We're only embracing what's in the middle because it's easier.
Good.
No, I was going to say I agree to a portion of what you're saying, but I disagree with the second half. Well, I'll tell you what I agree with. I agree with, yes, that a lot of times these things are more whitewashed down, and they take. I saw several different pictures from this campaign, and this particular picture that they used, sure, I would say that it looks more like she could be racially ambiguous, but there were other pictures that she didn't. But I think that when looking at even Fashion Week, there's a lot more darker skinned models that are being used now. So that is changing. And we can't have, we're not going to have all the change all at once. It's going to be baby steps. So at the end of the day, she's considered black.
She's not white.
She's not white.
Is the point.
So that's the point, and but I agree with what you're saying that it's a bigger conversation. What?
It's a very.
I was just gonna go on. Well, wait, should all mixed be considered black? No.
Yes. No. I don't know. I don't think.
Well, you know,
from that perspective, it is because it's not white. So then, in their eyes, that is putting color on our thing.
And she considers herself black. That was my point. You know. So.
You know, it's funny. I honestly gotta say, I kind of siding with Daryl on this. I think it's going to change actually quicker than we think. Reason being, honestly, I really believe Kanye West has changed the fashion game. I honestly do. I mean, he's friends with the top designers in fashion, and
prior to that, Diddy changed it really. I mean, Sean John changed the fashion game. Russell, you know,
but as far as like
coming.
Couture, high fashion, Kanye really rocks hard with these people. And I mean, to look at A$AP Rocky, who has been, you know, used for Vera Wang as one of their top models, like, and Courtney saw who A$AP Rocky was. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
What
and
I'm saying is
they have the younger generations coming up. That's what's appealing to them. So that's who these people, if they want to keep selling a product to the younger generations, they're going to have to change with the times.
Okay.
And how do you feel?
Courtney doesn't.
I mean, I think this is a conversation that we cannot have in 5 minutes. I think it's interesting that you bring up A$AP Rocky, number one, because I think black men are put in a slightly different category.
I agree with you.
And I think you really honestly can't compare in terms of beauty situations and things that we find acceptable culturally about beauty and things like that. And whereas, yes, we've seen some, especially right now, we were just talking about for the fashion show, the Haute Couture Fashion Week in Paris, they're using black models.
All dark, mostly dark-skinned models.
That was Christian Dior using dark-skinned models because the theme around that collection was a sort of international thing. So it was like Africa and South America, and so that was sort of why it was acceptable. So to actually say that that is an embracing of black women models as beautiful is something very, I don't think we can make that leap yet. Would I like that to be the case? Absolutely. But do I think it will anytime soon? Probably not.
All right.
We'll
and
see.
That's just where it is.
We'll see what happens.
I would love to be proved wrong, by the way. Like, I would love for it to
Yeah, like where is the
a
new
couple
Naomi
years.
Campbell of our time?
But think about that though. Why has there really only been Naomi Campbell?
Yeah.
Well, there was Tyra.
I mean,
after Naomi.
but even Tyra sort of moved into commercial modeling
Like
because
as far as like model, like Naomi
Right.
Campbell
yeah, in
slayed
terms
it
of
as
like
a model.
Right.
high fashion model, and Tyra talks about that previously, how that's why there was tension between her and Naomi because there's only room, they only make room for one most of the time,
Right.
and so the other one gets the other ones because there's Chanel Iman that's doing things, and
Yeah.
like there's a few other black models, but it's just an interesting conversation that's quite complicated.
But I know we're going to go into another subject, one last thing. But isn't the word supermodel has changed through the years? Because in that time of Naomi Campbell, they had their elite five, or you know, the Cindy Crawfords, Linda Evangelista. But now, the supermodel term
I don't
is
think
not
there
the
is a
same.
supermodel.
There is no
It doesn't really
supermodel. They're not as common in the household by their name. I mean, Chanel Iman is an exception to the rule. Giselle, you know, those. But
There's a few, but
there's
it's
a few,
not
but it's
what
not
it
like it
was
used to
in the
be.
90s.
I think
Yeah.
it would honestly have to take a darker skinned woman to come out and really slay it for the word supermodel to come back.
Yeah.
Because
We'll see.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grace Jones, round
Right.
3.
Yes. Exactly.
It's coming.